Dallas Southern Detention Center. To accept this call, press or say 5. To refuse, this call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Thank you for using IC Solutions. You may begin speaking now.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Omar. How are you today? DC 175?
Good, how's it going?
I think it might be to the left. Good.
I hope you guys had a good 4th of July yesterday.
Yeah, we had a great time. How about you?
Not so great. They discriminated against us, and then they ended up tackling me and pepper spraying me, and now I'm in the hole.
Get out of here.
Wow.
Yeah, so what happened yesterday was basically, a few days ago, I talked to the warden and I talked to the assistant warden and stuff, and we, everyone that's on a kosher diet, whether you're Buddhist, Muslim, Jehovah's Witness, Jewish or whatever, and you get a kosher diet, and we express our concerns that every detainee gets a special meal for 4th of July.
Yeah.
And that we want to be treated like Americans. We don't want to be, discriminated for our religious preference.
Right.
And the warden herself told us, I'll make sure you guys get a special meal, and it's going to be a surprise. I want to surprise you guys. And you're going to be happy with it. And they throw a nutty bar in the meal, in a regular meal. They throw a nutty bar in there for us.
That's it?
Like a chocolate wafer.
That's it?
That's it. So we were upset. Every other detainee in this facility that wasn't on kosher they got a hot dog, a burger with real meat, and they got like an apple crisp dessert.
Wow.
And we got a wafer. It was a slap to our face, So we were upset, and I went up to one of the caseworkers, and I told him that I would like to speak to someone higher, like a lieutenant or a captain. And he ignored me and ran out the door. And so another guy was also upset. He's, arguing with the officer, and they take him out to the hallway and talk to him, and for a little while, and they put him back in the unit. Everything was fine. Well, the caseworker that I went to talk to, that was mad about it, I guess, had a bad mood because of that, and he came back in and started messing with everyone's stuff, tossing people's bunks, and he ripped my neighbor's pillowcase open, just ripped it open, and then threw his glasses and broke his glasses on the floor.
Oh Lord, yep.
So my neighbor, all he did was yell at the guy and like, hey, why you gotta be disrespectful? Why you gotta break my stuff and rip my pillowcase? And that's all he said. And then the caseworker got 40 guards to come to the unit with guns and pepper spray and you know what I'm saying? For nothing,
Wow.
Yeah, so all I did was I was like protesting. I was like, this is not right. This guy didn't do nothing wrong. No one should have to go to the hole, because they were like, you have to come to the hallway. You have to go to the hole. And we're like, for what? We didn't do nothing, And this is right by my bunk, and I'm sitting on my bunk, and they're telling me, well, you gotta voluntarily just go to the hole. And I'm like, I'm not going nowhere. I didn't do nothing. You need to review the cameras. You need to see what happened first before you start just jumping into conclusions. And they're basically, you're failing to follow a direct order, which is basically from a McDonald's employee, from a private corporation. And so just because I was voicing my opinion and not agreeing with because their own policy says that they have to write us up. They don't just tackle you and take you to the hole,
No.
Unless you're like beating somebody up,
Yeah.
I could understand that. But so now they're charging me with insurrection.
Whoa.
Just because they're saying that I encouraged or participated in other detainees standing against staff. Just because the whole unit was mad at staff, and because I was voicing my opinion. They call that insurrection. I can't control the rest of the unit. It's not like I said, hey, unit, everyone jump up and let's go against the staff. You know?
Wow.
It's a joke.
How many phone calls do you get a day, Omar?
How many phone calls do I get?
Well, when you're in the hole, do they limit your phone calls or limit your mail or anything?
Well, kind of. I mean, it's a hassle to get it to your door, but I mean, no, at first they do. You know, yeah, they try to say that you have to wait 24 hours just to even use the phone. So I spent the whole 4th of July here in the hole without being able to use it. I couldn't call nobody. Nobody. You know, my mother, my lawyer, nobody.
Did they tell you how long you're going to be in the hole? Like, are you going to be there 4 days, 5 days, a week? I mean, did they even say?
Oh, they'd bury me in this hole if they wanted to, but as of now, I mean, there's no telling, because they're saying they're possibly gonna bring assault charges that I assaulted staff, and they're gonna call the 9 county sheriff's department and all this bullshit. It's ridiculous, man. It's
wow.
Like you guys tapped me and pepper sprayed me. My neck is swollen and red. My shoulder hurts. I can barely move my shoulder because it's all bruised up and red. But I assaulted staff.
That's insanity.
Yeah, and this is, just for us being upset for not being treated like, illegal immigrants are in here you got the burgers and everything, and we get a wafer.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I mean, it's just wrong, and I don't know if they do charge me, it would be stupid on their part, which I hope they give me a jury trial on that too,
Hey,
it's insane.
I don't want you to get in trouble, but I'm just curious because sometimes these wardens, they go around to different prisons and, their policies follow them. Do you know the warden's name, or do you want to say it? Because I'd be interested to know what her name is.
It's Janet Killian.
Okay. Wow.
And Janice Killian, and I actually just seen her, and I told her, you should be ashamed of yourself for treating us like we're not American on 4th of July.
Yeah.
This is not right. This is discrimination, and so they called me into the committee right now, and I was talking to the U.S. Marshal and the assistant warden and this whole committee, and I'm explaining to them, you guys are holding me innocent. I'm innocent till proven guilty, for 42 months, and you guys, I'm not supposed to be angry. I'm not supposed to be upset.
Yeah.
And you guys are condoning this. And they're like, well, that's between you and the judge. I'm like, no, that's between all of us here. That's between all Americans.
Amen to that.
To allow this to happen, and I'm just.
No, I'm with you. They're a part of it, and they cannot excuse themselves just because they're following orders. They will be held accountable before God. When is your trial date? Don't you have a trial date coming up where you're going to be able to possibly get released?
Yeah, it's July 30.
Okay.
Now I have to prepare from the whole year with at the same time with still no assistance of counsel. My motion deadline to file motions is due tomorrow. And I'm trying my hardest to get these subpoenas out right now. It's just unbelievable that I don't even have an attorney to talk to through the courts.
Yeah.
There should be something going on.
Yeah, it's really bad, Omar. Man, I pray to God that on the July 30th that judge sets you free and gets you out of all this hell that you're having to experience.
Yeah, and I heard that, right before all that stuff happened in the unit, I was able to talk to Todd, and he told me the great news about what Navarro just ruled. I don't know if you guys heard about it.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy to hear that, because she basically ruled that the stuff that was held by the government, related to the 2 charges that he was, allegedly convicted of by a jury, which was, the obstruction of justice and the travel and aid of extortion. But those charges should have never even been charged.
Yeah.
So I hope that's a sign that at minimum it's a new trial, but I can guarantee you he's going home on the 19th, and which I hope I get to ride in the bus with him on the way to court and see him go.
Yeah. You know, I was just in a store. My wife and I were just in a store, and this guy started up a conversation with me. He said he shot somebody in his own home for self-defense. The guy did not die, and he had to go to jail for a year for defending himself in his own home. The other guy pulled a gun on him. It was in Texas, and he talked about how he got beat in prison. He got bruises. The food was terrible. The temperature was terrible. He said that he was abused, and when he got out, they intimidated him, and now he's trying to move out of the county that he lives in because the police are so bad, and they won't leave him alone. I mean, this is going on all over America, and we're allowing them to do it.
Yep. Like I said, when they tackled me, I mean, there was a bunch of them, you know, two of them that tackled me real hard to the floor, and then they were just like choking me out and on my neck, and I'm telling them I couldn't breathe. You know, they just kept, and then one of them was like standing on my leg, so my left leg is like really, like I'm like limping, you know what I mean? I'm real hurt.
You know,
they pretty much beat me up. You
know? These guys will
hit me in the gums.
These guys will kill you in a heartbeat, Omar. I'm not joking. Just 10 miles from our house, the police tasered a 19-year-old boy in the balls while he was handcuffed in the back of the car until he died. And it took his parents like 7 years to get the video, and they redacted the audio, so you can't even hear him scream. These police officers will kill you, and they won't even feel bad about it. I mean, it's a satanic situation we got going on, and nobody's trying to stop it. Nobody's even talking about the police state that we live in.
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, like I said, these people are just all condoning it, and you know, just they can beat you up, they can tase you, they can pepper spray you, and just throw you in the hole, and nothing happens, you know.
Yeah.
And the marshal's sitting right here watching it happen.
Yeah.
Supposed to be stopping it. Yeah.
I got another guy that I advocate for named Mike Parsons, and he did not want a tuberculosis shot, and he said, "Don't give me a shot. I don't want a shot. It's against my religion. Don't give me a tuberculosis shot." They took him to another building. They tied him down in a chair. The U.S. Marshal punched him in the face multiple times, and they forced him to have a TB shot.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I refused mine too, you know, and they finally ended up doing like an x-ray or something. But, you know, this marshal that I just seen in the committee right now, you know, he hasn't even fully investigated. They're talking about they still have to go look at the video of what happened in the unit and this and that. And just because I was, you know, right now I was voicing my concern too, in my opinion, that I'm being held unlawfully and this is all wrong and you know, I'm being discriminated and this and that. And the marshal starts yelling at me. I got a phone call last night about this incident at my house and this is, wait. Why are you yelling at me now? Why are you angry? Whose side are you on? You didn't even do an impartial investigation yet.
Right.
You know? It's,
for them, it's not about truth. They don't care about truth and justice. They don't want to, you know, to do what's right. It's all about protecting their job, protecting their paycheck, and following orders. And so as long as they get to keep their job, they'll kill you, they'll torture you, they'll mock you. I mean, they'll keep you in prison for 42 months without a trial. These people got no conscience. They don't operate with the same moral playground that you and I operate with, or the same moral background, you know?
Yeah, man. You know, it's just frustrating, man. I'm just sitting here and, you know, I don't know what to do. I just hope that the public can somehow, you know, find out what's going on and, you know, I don't know. But
yeah, this
is just, it's out of line.
Well, yeah.
A lot of people, so.
Our prayers are with you, Omar. I'm sorry you're having to go through this, man. And I wish, my prayer is to God that he'll work a mighty miracle. And we're just going to be obedient and faithful, keep making noise and shining light about the injustices. And maybe somebody, somewhere will, you know, God will motivate them to take action to, you know, to move. And, but what's happening to you is not uncommon. I mean, they're just, you know, what is uncommon is 42 freaking months. I think you might set a record there. But there is injustices going on all over. And I just pray that God works a miracle to, you know, to fix all this mess.
Amen. Well, you know, you're right, and so well, I hope that you're able to tell some people about the upcoming hearings. The one for me and Todd on the 19th, and then you know the 30th will be my trial. Should start unless they dismiss it before that. Now
you said July 30th is your trial date. That's only like what, 5 days away?
No, July 30th, it's about, I would say, today's the 5th.
Oh, right. I don't know what I was thinking, man. My brain is. I stayed up late too last night. Right. It's only July the 5th. You got till July. What's happening in your case on July the 19th?
Oh, it's a counter call.
Oh, I see.
So it's like a status right before the trial.
Okay.
But I'm also working on possibly getting some other hearings on some other matters prior to trial as well. So I might be busy in the next few weeks. That's why I've been very busy working on motions and law library and preparing.
Right.
So I just thought I'd give a call and let you guys know what my situation is, because this is now it's even harder to prepare for trial.
Yeah.
Just being here stressed out, and they took all my property and my food, and just I don't know.
Yeah, no, I hear you, Omar. We have another guy, David Hinkson. He spent 15 years in jail. I believe he's America's most provably innocent political prisoner. He's so innocent, it's just crazy. But before his trial, they had him in solitary too, and they abused him. So it's not uncommon that before your trial date, because you're going to be representing yourself and they don't want you to be on your best game, they want you to be off mentally, so they do throw you in the hole and they abuse you and things like that. So it sounds like that's what they're trying to do you is mess you up before you go to trial so you can't represent yourself well.
Right, they definitely stirred things up yesterday, and it was, to me, I believe it was because, how dare you ask to be treated like an American?
Yeah, right.
You want to try to stand up for other people? Well, we're going to say you insurrected.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. You broke this guy's glasses, and all he said is, "Why you're being disrespectful."
Yeah.
That's all he said.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I stood up and said, "This is wrong, and no one should go to the hole. You guys need to review your cameras." And I insurrected. Come on, man.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. And so I'll probably end up sitting here till my trial. Unfortunately, I hope not. But the way it's looking and the way that they're treating me, they're happy they have me in the hole now, and they want to keep me here. So I'll be in solitary confinement till trial, which I hope I'm able to do something. It's not going to be easy, I'm going to be. I hope I'm not going to be shackled either, because as of now, remember, the judge is going to have me shackled in trial.
In front of the jury? In front of the jury?
Yep.
That is crazy, man. That is insanity that they would do that. I'm gonna share this with you too. Look, yeah, I know
how bad they want me, man. I pray that he changes his order. But as it stands now, I will be shackled in front of the jury. Okay,
that's insanity. But let me share this with you. We advocate for a guy by the name of Jeffrey Winehouse. They shot him twice in the head.
I know. Yeah, I definitely know.
They put a shock collar. They put a shock collar on his leg, and it was a 50,000 volt shock collar. It said it can make you piss and defecate yourself, and he had to wear that during his trial. And if he said anything inappropriate, they pushed the button, which electrocuted him. I mean, now they're doing this to you. This is crazy, man. This is not America, man.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah.
I can't believe this, man. I don't know. It's sickening, man.
Yeah.
It really is. There's no humanity, man. It's really, really sad.
Yeah.
And I just, like I said, I want the people to wake up to what's going on. Like, I even told some of my neighbors here in the solitary, and they couldn't even believe it, that I've been here this long. And they're like, that's, it's so wrong, and well, all I could do is try to keep spreading the message of what's going on and trying to fight it. I hope the Supreme Court gets my recently filed briefs and answers them. So. Me
too, Omar. Our prayers are with you for justice and freedom, and all I can tell you is that I don't think your suffering is for nothing. I think that it's revealing a lot of things. God must be using this situation, to wake people up. And, I just pray for your sanity, that you can maintain your sanity through all this hell, man. But, it's our prayers are with you. Our prayers are with you, Omar.
It's definitely hard, I get angry and I get upset. Sometimes I cuss and I shouldn't, But,
well, you've been through hell, man. You've been through absolute hell.
Well, hey, thanks a lot, man. Thanks. I hope you guys have a good one, and I try to keep in contact, let you know anything, any other updates, and I would love to hear anything what happens with Todd as well. So
Okay, you bet. We definitely keep up with that. So feel free to give us a call anytime, and we'll make sure this gets out so people can understand what's happening. And I pray God works a miracle for you, brother. It's absolutely terrible, and it's happening all over the country. But what's happened to you, 42 freaking months, man, it's just crazy.
All right, man, it's going to hang up, so take care, man.
Okay, God bless you, Omar. God bless, brother. All right,
Okay.
bye-bye.